This shows a few of the companies that we've worked for and on behalf of, and they're the companies that we're known for. We are the exclusive sales team for select top boomer sites and the largest direct source to reach consumers age 45 plus online. We do work with a number of sites that have unique things, and so we try and figure out, well, what's the special thing about each of these sites that will help advertisers have success and help these sites to drive revenue. So we do a lot of branding programs, integrated programs, banners, emails, text links, even native placements. These are some of the advertisers. As you can see, a number of web services companies, subscription-based companies. We also work with a number of insurance and travel, as well as even pharmaceutical. We are fairly large, so we have room to scale, over 40 million monthly uniques based on ComScore. And this is mainly our channel of boomer sites and some of the sites that are not portfolio sites, and those have continued to help us grow to offer advertisers scale. As you can see, against like an advertising.com or a collective or some of the other networks that have come up with a boomer channel, so to speak, we're much larger than they are. And even when you add our portfolio sites like an Ancestry and Legacy, you can see that they are much larger as well. They are not included in our ComScore numbers just because they are their own entities, and they work with us so that we work as their sales team, and that essentially allows us to get even more scale for our advertisers. The 50 plus consumers are buying. They are the wealthiest. They spend the most when they travel. They buy the most expensive cars. They buy the prescription drugs. They even buy a number of the toys, obviously, as grandparents. This shows some of our detail on the portfolio web properties. We have some other properties on the bottom that I can send this to you, or your iMedia sales team representative can send it to you. One of the things that's very exciting for us is the things that we've built, content widgets, things that basically help the advertiser only pay for traffic to their site, but it also gives our sites placements that are unique that help them drive revenue. Some things that you can promote would be fare finders, like what TripAdvisor does, or you could do that as a hotel company, as an airline. Some of the data we've promoted includes financial information, loans available, mortgage rates, things like that. Content. You can see on the right-hand side, this is genealogy. This is all name-powered and basically looks at names on a page and then displays results from advertisers. The network that we've built is essentially a long tail of sites hand-selected based on the demographic and lifestyle. It allows us to work with those sites as well as programmatic buying and RTB. We use AppNexus, we use OpenX as well, but we're always trying to work with everyone to ensure that our advertisers have the reach that they need and ensure that our publishers have the audience extension that they need. We do focus a bit on the age 50 plus and family moms. We do like to say that you can get premium inventory before other networks. If you're buying programmatically, we can help you with some of our sites. We can also ramp sales because we can do run of audience pricing that can give you a better deal. We're happy to do deals and integrated programs as well. The extended reach and data, the way those things work, it allows us to use targeting and retargeting using pixels for optimization. We do have first-party data and we do have custom data in addition to behavioral data, which I'll get into in a minute. We can do real-time bidding. We can create a yield management system that allows you to optimize against your goal metrics and your KPIs so that we can create an ongoing campaign. With behavioral versus first-party data, now we do all the behavioral, which basically means the user goes to travel site X and travel site Y, and they go to finance site X, and therefore they're a travel finance person, or they're going to an auto site and they're an automotive enthusiast, or they're on the hunt for an automotive vehicle. So we can do that. A lot of that is with URL targeting and some of the other vendors that we use help us do that. We also can do what I say is first party data, and first party data is really data that's only available to us, that we're collecting or that we're making available for the first time online. So that could include unique database. Think of a list file. That list file includes name, address, email address, phone number, and then that offline information, where that file is essentially matched to the online user of that information. And that data is, of course, secured and aggregated and made anonymous, and then it's analyzed and segmented, which allows you to target campaigns. We actually make this data available to access in a DSP, in our DSP, so that we can run banners against it. We can make it available in your DSP, and Facebook and Instagram. For Facebook and Instagram, we are a full service social agency, which I'll get into. The targeting categories, this just gives you a list. Again, we can send this over. A couple of the unique ones would be a likely genealogist, likely dog owner, likely pet owner, some of the things that are a bit unique, high school, college sites, etc. The Ancestry sites, amazing company. They are the largest genealogy company in the world. They've created a number of feeder sites that have significant amount of traffic for reaching a genealogist or a likely genealogist, which we know is the most popular hobby for adults 55 plus. I think gardening is often one and two, but this is the ability for an advertiser to hit this hobbyist market. They're comfortable spending online. They're comfortable using technology on the line. They travel to do their genealogy. These sites include RootsWeb, Find a Grave, and genealogy.com, and they're all owned by Ancestry.com. Legacy.com is a name that's not well known to the consumers, although it's huge. It's over 30 million monthly uniques per Quantcast. ComScore lists them only at about 18 million, and that's because most of the users come through their 1,500 plus newspaper affiliates. So everyone from the New York Times to the Tribune uses Legacy. They use them to power their memorials and the obits. So if you're a female 55 plus, you're going to your newspaper, one of the things you're going to do is look at the obit section. You don't want to miss somebody who's passed away, or you don't want to miss the parent of a high school friend. You want to acknowledge that somebody's life has been lived, and that you want to reach out to those that are still living. And that just happens to be a great section to reach those boomer adults who are buying everything else in the world anyway. You can hit them across these major newspaper sites through Legacy, and essentially not only get a bargain, but get on an amazing consumer as well. Grandparents is a beautifully designed site. It's also associated with the American Grandparents Association, which allows users to be in front of grandparents, people that are proud to be grandparents, raising their hands and saying, yes, my grandchild was just born. And this is going to be typically female, 89% female. Average age is a fairly young 53. So that means that these are often first-time grandparents, meaning they're buying all the things, they're looking for all the things, they're pretty savvy online. We do have emails as well as benefits that we can highlight if you have a special benefit for a grandparent that you would like to promote and advertise. Some of the channels are grandkids, family and relationships, food, leisure, health and well-being, money and work. We've also highlighted travel and automotive. Grand Magazine is another great premium digital magazine. It's delivered via email to their subscribers, and then it's enhanced with additional emails. This is a great way, again, to hit that grandparent audience. The Care2 is a fantastic website that's a leading healthy and lifestyle site. So it's people who are enjoying life. They care about causes. They care about helping others. They're passionate and engaged. This is a great way to introduce a brand who wants to lean maybe a little bit green, or talk about the good things they're doing in the world. If ExxonMobil is known in some worlds for doing a lot of bad things, this is a great place to highlight the things that they're doing to help the world. We have a plastic bag company who came and wanted to promote a new bag that was greener. Users were going to use fewer bags, which basically meant they had higher capacity, and therefore it helped the environment because you used fewer plastic bags. So it's a great site to kind of hone in on that audience. The social effort that we are doing allows you to really think about what is your social strategy. What is your social strategy for Facebook and Instagram primarily, but LinkedIn is also something that we can work with. We buy the media, we create the banners, we manage and optimize the campaigns to hit your ROI. What makes us different from just using Facebook on your own or using another media or marketing social firm is that we have custom audience data, and you combine that with what Facebook offers, and we can really improve your A/B testing. Another thing with social is it takes a lot of work, and you really need a whole team behind your social media efforts. Even if you're doing a $2,500 campaign test, you need to A/B test everything. You need to have your conversion pixels in place. You need to be comparing it against all your other media. And we work with a lot of marketing firms, and we're kind of their white label solution. We also work with brands directly. So this is a great opportunity for us to really build our relationship together, and particularly if your brand focuses on that boomer mature audience. We really know them and how to speak to them in social media. A couple of our packages, we do have an introductory package, which is a 2-week, 30-day package. This is basically just for us to kind of get to know each other. We want to figure out your current Facebook conversions or metrics, or create them if you have never done this. And then we want to know and establish what are your expected results with the introductory test, meaning what is the CPA goal, what is the cost per lead, what are your sales goals. We have other programs that we can certainly get into details if this is something interesting to you. A case study, I'll just highlight this. This is one that we recently did, so we're putting it in here with Reptide Media. This was a summer program. This basically allowed us to promote pre-college program at UConn. So we basically created a custom data list, and that included those households that were within the distance to UConn that made sense. That was allowed us to then upload that to Facebook and target those exact users. There was no waste because we were targeting that specific database that we've built. We drove an effective cost per registrant on Facebook and Instagram of under $20. We did turn that into a multi-channel campaign as well. So we added banners and we added email. That allowed us to really figure out, okay, this is what we're doing with social, this is what we're doing with email, this is what we're doing with banners, all targeting a specific pre-identified data set. So we had great responses across the board, and overall, because of this multi-channel campaign, we drove our cost per registrant of under $25 and filled all openings. Now, obviously, social was more effective. We looked at social, we looked at all those things, and certainly if the client will be able to decide if they want to put more money into email or digital or do things again with a multi-channel, or whether they want to max out their social budget first. That's it. We do invite you to connect with us again.